What's going on, creative people? Today we're going to be looking at how to build a rocket engine that actually works. Now this is using the Bedrock edition, so there are no mods or alterations happening here. Before we start the video, we're going to do a quick demonstration of how this rocket engine looks like when it's activated. So to do that, we've got a rocket on the launch pad over here. Now this rocket isn't going to take off in today's video. In today's video we're just focusing on the engine build, the visual and audio aspect of the engine build. So let's do a quick demonstration, shall we? To activate this rocket we need to approach the command module at the top of the rocket through this tower over here. Alright, now here we are. This is the ramp. The control room is just above, and here we have a lever that when activated will kick the engines into gear and will cause a massive firestorm down below. Just a warning for those of you with headphones on, this is going to be quite loud, so I'm going to give you some time to turn your volume down or take your headphones out. And here we go. And with that, our rocket engine test is successful. Now let's take a quick look at how to build this kind of engine in Pocket Edition, whether you're playing on your phone or tablet or PC or Xbox, wherever really. There are two main functions happening with this particular rocket engine. First function is that redstone is being sent from the lever that you saw upstairs downwards through the ceiling, through these blocks, and it keeps going on downwards right into the bottom of the rocket, where it will activate these dispensers. The dispensers will fire the fireworks downwards, and that makes it look like an explosion. And with that you have the visual element complete. The second and important part of this rocket is that you want to have an audio element. So you may have noticed that when I activate this lever upstairs, there is a massive roaring rocket sound that's happening. Now this is a pretty straightforward function, and I'll show you one more time real quickly. I'm just gonna squeeze my way into this control room up here. Alright, and again, volume warning. So what is happening here is that with the same signal that travels down to meet the dispensers right at the bottom of the rocket, we also have connected to it a command block right down here. Now this command block is currently deactivated because the redstone that's nearby is not being powered. This redstone is currently off. When the lever upstairs is switched into a different position, the inverter torch here will activate and activate the redstone here, which will in turn activate the command block here. Now the command block that's making this massive sound is a simple play sound command. Play sound commands are just different sounds from within the game that we can use by entering the command play sound followed by the sound that you want to be played. In this case I've chosen the mob ender dragon growl. So this is the actual growl of the ender dragon that appears when you're playing in survival mode and you're about to finish the game and you're encountering the ender dragon. What I've done with it is that on this side, I've chosen to have it play over and over and over again, so it's repeating. That means that it no longer sounds like a growl, it kind of sounds more like a roar of an engine that's continuously going. So this is quite an important aspect to this command block. You don't want to have it on impulse, because then when you switch the lever on, it just sounds like a dragon's roaring and that's it stops. Okay, so it's not very impressive for a rocket sound. You want to have it on repeat. Now, to explain this command a little bit more, you need to have play sound at the beginning, then you need to have the mob.enderdragon.growl command, and finally the last set of commands is telling you that it should be played to all players that are within 200 blocks of a radius around this particular rocket. Because a rocket should be loud, so 200 is a reasonable amount. Like people who are standing a bit further away, they should still be able to hear the rocket, because realistically that would be the case. If you want to make the radius bigger, you can go to 300 or 400. It's up to you, but I like to keep it at around this number here, because that way it's not too massive. If you don't have a radius, the danger is that every single person in the realm, no matter how far away they are going to hear this continuous Ender Dragon roar, which can be really annoying, but also a funny prank if you ever want to do that, by the way. So that is how we do the audio aspect of the engine. This gets switched on. I'm just going to demonstrate real quick. And there you have it, your rocket sound. Now, if you're still not sure about how the redstone travels all the way from the top to the bottom where the dispensers are, let's take an actual look at the first build of this engine that happened over here in our little warehouse. We're just going to do a quick flyover to give you an idea of what that looks like. And yes, we do love our spacecrafts. Thank you, NASA and Elon Musk. Let's take a look inside. This is where we first built the rocket lower section, which has dispensers and uses a simple redstone circuit. Now, I'm going to quickly demonstrate how the redstone powers the dispensers at the bottom. And it's a pretty simple concept. Here we have our lever, which would be just an example of how you could really place the lever anywhere if you want to design your own rocket. So just a normal redstone torch, by the way, it has an inverter property when you position it like this. Then this circuit is switched off at the moment. We can see that this torch is being activated, is going into a redstone comparator, and then the redstone repeaters bring it around full circle over and over and over. That sends the signal downwards in a pulse, which connects to the redstone where the dispensers are. And you can see them blinking. Every time they blink, they set off a set of fireworks, which in turn shows us a beautiful explosion. And you can really choose the colors that you want for whatever kind of output you want, whether it's red or purple or white. Now let us do one more glorious firing of this engine as a last hoorah before we end the video. Here we go. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching this episode of Minecraft Pocket Science. Apart from just building a functioning engine, we are also going to be looking at how to make this rocket fly vertically in another episode. So do subscribe and like if you enjoyed this content, if you want to see more on how to build this kind of stuff. As you can see above us, we have an enormous space station where we can dock the rocket and experience zero gravity. So stay tuned for more content. Will be coming soon.